And also, I should say, we do have some breaking news that President Obama has put out his first public statement since leaving office. I want to actually start with that, Gloria. We have this here. This is about the travel ban and some of the protests that we've seen. He said his spokesman says President Obama is heartened by the level of engagement taking place in communities around the country. In his final official speech as president, he spoke about the important role of citizens and how all Americans have a responsibility to be the guardians of our democracy, not just during an election, but every day. Citizens exercising their constitutional right to assemble, organize, and have their voices heard by their elected officials is exactly what we expect to see when American values are at stake. With regard to comparisons to President Obama's foreign policy decisions, as we've heard before, the president fundamentally disagrees with the notion of discriminating against individuals because of their faith or religion. This is significant, Gloria, that here we are less than 2 weeks into the Trump administration and the former president has weighed in.
Right. I mean, President Obama had told us quite forthrightly before he left office that there were a few things that he would engage on. And when he thought that our values, that America's values were at stake, that he would engage. And that's what you see in that statement, because what he did was he effectively called this immigration shift a question of a religious ban, which the current administration believes that it is not. And so now you have a former president, less than 2 weeks, weighing in on the current president, which, by the way, is something that President Obama, as you know, would rather not do, since it was he really appreciated the way George W. Bush behaved when he became president, and that is that he kind of sat back. But I think it's very clear that that Obama feels quite strongly about this. And what we heard from Sean Spicer today on this immigration ban was that he believes that the reaction is completely overblown. And I think he would probably believe that Barack Obama's reaction to it is overblown. He seemed to think that everybody was exaggerating the issue over the weekend, that only 109 people had been detained, and that was surely worth the safety, as he put it, of 324 million Americans. So he thinks that the impact has been blown way out of proportion and exaggerated. And that is the fight that we're going to have. And now the former president has just weighed in on it.
And he also said, with regard to comparisons to President Obama's foreign policy decisions, he's talking about the 2011 pause that we saw, that actually a lot of administration officials from the Obama years say that wasn't actually a pause. There were Iraqi refugees who were coming in. They were just getting more stringent vetting, and they are rejecting totally outright that comparison there that we've heard the Trump administration use. So, Pamela, to you.